Hi, family. My name is Betty. I'm a grateful recovering addict. I'm a divine spiritual being living a temporary human experience. And I recently got asked some questions about life challenges. And so I'm making a vid about it. Um, in case you don't know and you never heard of me, I had a spiritually transformative experience in March of 2019 where I died and went to heaven. And in heaven, they were like, girl, you got to get it together. And I was like, what? So my life transformed 180 degrees. I went from a drug addicted prostitute on the verge of homelessness to not those things. And it wasn't like it happened instantaneously. It wasn't like I had my near death experience, my near death like experience, and then all of a sudden my life was great. Like there's still flaws in my life today. And I'm, a little over 4.5 years out of my experience. But my life did transform pretty rapidly, but I also had to do the inner work to make that possible. So recently I was asked about, somebody said I'm doing the right thing. I'm in recovery. I've got, I mentor people, and I just had a huge health challenge. And so now I'm no longer the same physical person that I was before. And, I would love to there's a way to sort of weaponize this idea that we pick our experiences before we're born. So in my spiritual experience, I saw that I had planned my life before I got here. I planned a lot of hardship, a lot of adversity, and then I planned a lot of beauty and a lot of opportunity to overcome. And for me, all of my bad stuff happened in the first half of my life, and the second part of my life, from what I'm told, is going to be smooth sailing. But that's not how everybody plans it, because some of these things aren't linear. And yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I wish I was on live so that I had some interaction with people. But I will just say this, that if you could come into the bird's eye perspective just for a moment, that perhaps you did plan whatever life challenge you're going through, you can dial into your higher self and you can ask your higher self, why am I experiencing this life challenge right now? So I think one of the methods to be able to do that is just take a couple of deep breaths, pull yourself into your heart center, and trust your intuition. And if you hear a response and you're not sure if you should trust it or not, number one, if it's slow and calm, that's definitely the voice of spirit. If it's something yelling and berating at you, that is not spirit. That's something else. That's your ego talking for sure. So if you can hear that slow, calm, quiet voice and it speaks to you and it tells you why you are having the experience that you are right now, pay attention to that. And if you don't trust it 100%, you can ask the universe for a sign to be your confirmation. Whatever the first thing that pops into your head is, ask to see that sign within 24 hours. And if it's for your highest good and you heard the right guidance, that sign will manifest. And it's really about removing those blocks to awareness. For me, I can get so tied down in my day-to-day life that I almost forget to look for the miracle. But I have miracles that happen in my life all day long, and I choose what's a miracle in my life. So if I see a feather, a white feather, I believe that it's my angel sending me a feather. Now, my boyfriend might tell me that, it's a dirty New York pigeon that's just shedding and it's not an angelic sign. But I choose to see it that way because I get to design my belief system. And this is the belief that helps me. When I see a feather, when I see a penny, when I see a sequence of numbers, those are my miracles. And I get pulled into them throughout the day so that I can remember, feel and remember who I am and why I came here and what I'm doing here. So if you're experiencing a life challenge right now, whether it's addiction or a relationship ending or beginning or some sort of health challenge, whatever it is, number one, there's support out there for you. Not only is there physical support from other humans, but there's also this metaphysical support. There's spiritual support all around you all the time. All you have to do is just believe. Wayne Dyer has a quote, "When I believe it, I'll see it." And I have never heard a more true sentence. When I start to shift my belief systems, my outer world around me will begin to reflect those belief systems. So I believe that I'm an abundant individual. I believe that I have a life where I'm of service to other people and it brings me lots of joy. And guess what? That is my outer reality. So definitely reach out for resources. If I can't be of service to you in my own individual way, I can definitely attempt to connect you to a community where you might find your people, and just trust and believe that I'm pointing you in the right direction. Yeah, I came across somebody recently who was talking about this desire for spiritual community, and I sent them a resource and they were like, "No, that won't work for me." And I was like, well, how do you know? How do you know that source isn't telling me to tell you this? Like, how are you so sure that what I'm suggesting won't work? And maybe it won't work, but if you don't even give it a try, like, how would you ever know? So, I practice that spiritual principle of open-mindedness on the regular. I know that in my life, I've seen all the places where I was really closed-minded and how that actually just hurt my experience so much. And so today I remain open-minded. I even remain open-minded to my ideas changing. Maybe one day I won't believe in source. Maybe one day I won't see feathers as miracles. I doubt it, but it could happen. I've gone back and forth with lots of different things in my life. I used to tell people that smoking meth was the way to some sort of higher consciousness. Okay. Yeah, meth. It's not true, by the way. It's not. Definitely something much lower for sure. So anyway, just wanted to make a quick vid, and that's it. I'll leave it there. Be wavy. You can reach out to me in the liner notes. You'll see all of my information.